Welcome back, Ark players, to a brand new video. Now today, this isn't really the video I expected to make, but pretty much I still am getting loads and loads of comments at the moment saying, Ark 2, Dom, where is Ark 2? What's going on? And pretty much I'm just going to give you guys the most up-to-date information with what's been said about Ark 2, because if I'm honest, I don't think this will still stick, by the way, because it's just, there was some information from, I think it was the CEO of Snail Games. We're going to read through the article from IGN today, just to talk about it, because to be honest, I think it's going to be, there's going to be something talked about Ark 2 in the near future, and I think it's going to be a major delay. But that's my personal opinion, but we'll see anyway. Now, if you do enjoy today's news, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and let's dive in to your daily Ark news. Now, I wanted to throw something in before, just for anyone that's interested about the animated series, because if you didn't know, the animated series was something that was announced alongside Ark 2, actually, at the, I think it was at the Game Awards 2020, and it came from Jeremy, the CEO, and pretty much he went on to say, the TV crew is currently putting maximum throttle into post-production of the absolutely epic Part 2 of the animated series. In the meantime, the series writers have some very slightly teasery insights here on the conclusion of Part 1. Give it a watch and see y'all around for the battle to come. So if you are someone that has seen season 1 of the animated series and you're waiting for part 2, it is on its way, and apparently it's not too far away, which is pretty cool. So many people thought this said Atlas, the ATAS. Everyone thought it said Atlas Part 2. Imagine it, Atlas 2 coming soon. No, but yeah, so anyone wondering, what about that? That's what's going on. That information did come today from Jeremy. As for Ark 2, let's go into it. So some people may not have seen this, some people may have seen it, and it is pretty much the last information we had at all on Ark 2, and it was from IGN with Ark 2 is still on track for late 2024, CEO says. So with developer Studio Wildcard still working to turn around player sentiment on the recently released Ark Survival Ascended, the boss of its parent company has insisted Ark 2 is still on track for late 2024 release window. Speaking at NobleCon 19 business conference earlier in December, Snail Games CEO Jim confirmed Ark 2, which he described as the company's next masterpiece, is due out late 2024. There was also a mention of annual DLC releases to fuel the franchise growth through to 2029. Ark 2 is the Unreal Engine 5 powered sequel to the hugely successful Ark Survival Evolved, a dinosaur survival game that has seen big sales on PC and console, and it was first announced with a surprise Vin Diesel cameo at the Game Awards 2020. At the time with a 2022 release date, but then was later delayed into 2023, and then earlier this year Ark 2 was delayed again to the late 2024 as an Xbox Series X and S console exclusive day one on Games Pass and on PC via Steam and Windows. But we haven't heard much on Ark 2 since. Meanwhile, Studio Wildcard released Ark Survival Ascended in October, and it launched big, but had drawn criticism for performance issues. Yeah, so that's pretty much going on there. So right now for Ark, Ark 2, I'm gonna say that this is not happening, and I'll be explaining the reasons why, what has changed, and all of the stuff like that. I'll read the other bit of the article. Studio Wildcard then is busy sorting out Ark Survival Ascended, which carries a mixed user review rating on Steam. In fact, at the time of publication, more people were playing Ark Survival Evolved on Steam than Ark Survival Ascended, which is still the case now, and the developer has a reputation within its community for delaying release dates, so there's already a healthy degree of obviously that Ark 2's planned late 2024 release window is gonna just be the same. So the reasons why I think Ark 2 isn't happening in 2024 is there's been no news on it, and it's July 2024. There is so much being worked on right now for Survival Ascended. If I'm correct, I'm not too sure. The Snail Games CEO at the time, Jim, I have a feeling may have stepped down as CEO. Don't correct me if I'm wrong there. I'm not saying that's going to change anything that Snail are working on, but I just obviously think that's what he said at the time, and this was back at the start of this year. And personally, for moving on for Ark 2, there's a surprise coming in November for Ark Survival Ascended. I think they're still funding this game. And they're making as many. They're going to have to release something big, right? Because I think, as you saw, snail's stock prices drop below $1, so they're trying to make that back. And Ark Survival Ascended isn't doing amazing for sales. It is still releasing like cool premium mods and paid creatures, which I'm still not a fan of, and the cosmetics with Power Rangers. So they're doing all these different bits to make money with Survival Ascended. But I do think that their next big money-making window is obviously on Ark 2. But I actually think they pulled some of the Ark 2 stuff into Ark Survival Ascended, such as the mods. And I think they've had to sort of scrap loads of bits that they've been working on. And I do believe that it's still a long way away. I reckon within the next couple of months, we'll get some form of information on Ark 2. And I think it will be a huge delay. I personally would still love to see it, of course, 100%, but I can't see this game coming until at least 2026, personally, in my opinion. I would love to see it come before that, but you have to think of the releases around it. You've got GTA 6 coming out next year, if that's still on track for 2025, which I've been told it is. And Ark 2 is just, it can compete with some of the biggest games out there, but it's not going to compete with GTA 6. So they're going to have to be very careful on their release of when that comes out. And it's just going to be the fact, is it ready? And what have they even got in store? Because they've got so much stuff, they decided to move on to Ark Survival Ascended. And they're still working on tons of DLCs for Survival Ascended they've got to get released. Where is Ark 2 gonna fit into this? I don't see it anywhere. Not that long ago, the release date of Ark 2 as well was changed to be announced. And this was something that before said late 2024, and that was actually changed from that. So that's another reason why on Steam, with it now being to be announced, I really can't see this window making it. If somehow they manage to launch this in 2024, I will be the most surprised human on the earth, along with, I'm sure, lots of other of you guys too, because they're pushing Ascended so much. Their account is literally called Ark Survival Ascended now. I think they're just going to be pushing out content on there, and I don't think we're going to see this for such a long time. Another reason I think I still get a lot of comments asking where Ark 2 is whenever you type in Ark 2 on Google, there's many of the large news sources. I don't think IGN's one that does it, but there's some other ones that say top games I'm looking forward to in 2024. And obviously, late 2024 is the time for Ark, and everyone talks about Ark 2 in these things. And I think people must read these like articles saying top games they're looking forward to in 2024 with Ark 2 in, and expect that that's what they're looking forward to and that it's coming out. But if you're someone that's deep in within the Ark community, you will know that this is probably a very, very long way away. And it's quite upsetting to talk about because I want to see this game. Like some people said, they're just done with it. They just don't care about it, which is fair enough because I do understand that you some people don't care about the third person side of things. Something I was looking forward to within the release of Ark 2 was the fact that they were going to have two different options for people. There was going to be an option for people that enjoyed the old school version of the game in first person, and there was going to be a whole new version of Ark, kind of like a Dark Souls, Elden Ring type version of Ark, you know, which people may enjoy more, and it brings in a different type of player base to try out Ark 2 in its, you know, still having the same sort of idea behind it, but being third person. And yeah, I thought it would have been a nice mix up, but still sitting here, I'm saying you're not seeing this game for a long time. I hope they change my mind. The only reason why I just don't see where there's even going to be an announcement on this is if we quickly go back to the, where is it? It's the Extra Life 2023. Where are we? We're in January, so it's a little bit longer away. So Extra Life 2023. When we come over to the old roadmap, in November, which is when they normally do the Extra Life reveals, they have a Survival Ascended surprise here. I just don't see Ark 2 being the announcement for November. I think it's going to come at a time where they know more. I don't feel like they know. I reckon they probably know as much as we know on Ark 2 right now. But I definitely think, considering all the maps are getting pushed along a little bit, you won't be seeing like Fjorda for such a long time. Where can we even see Ark 2 released? After this roadmap? 2026? That's really, for me, what I'm seeing. And imagine how crazy that is, simply as it got announced at the end of 2020, and it could be a 6-year delay. It's crazy even saying it. But by the way, don't take 2026 as a confirmation. It's just when I'm taking in the information of everything else that's going on right now, I really can't see it. This will probably be your last Ark 2 video for the foreseeable, because the only time I'm going to be making another Ark 2 video is now going to be whether we hear something from any, like Jeremy or any of the other team in a community crunch. Whenever the next big statement comes out for it is when you'll see a video on Ark 2. So pretty much that's all I can talk about. I really don't believe that it's going to be dropping late 2024, so don't keep your hopes up for that. And that's literally all I can say. So much love to you all. We're going to get back onto the other Ark grind now with different videos. And hopefully the next time we make an Ark 2 video, it will be positive. See you guys soon.